Hey, good morning, everyone. Happy Tuesday. I hope all is well. I hope you've all had a great start to your week. And just want to take a few minutes. I was going to send out an email, but I thought it might be easier to send out a video to everyone with a few details about this coming Wednesday, and then also the month of July. We have a busy month with camp coming up, with our fifth Wednesday coming up, and just just a busy month, and it's hard to believe that July is already here and our year is pretty much half over. But anyways, I just want to start by talking about this coming Wednesday night. I'm super excited, super pumped about being back in our youth service. It seems like forever since we've actually had a youth service. But anyways, I know that since we've changed the service up a little bit, where we're now eating on the front end of the service instead of at the end of the service, we're having a little bit of a difficulty getting everyone checked in, getting all the youth checked in at that time. It seems like the youth are already there, especially when we come out of huddle, and the youth have already arrived. They've already gotten into the building, and they're just kind of hanging out, which I don't have a problem with hanging out, but I'd like to reinforce and go back to our original plan of making sure that the youth do not come into the building until 6:30, and then also make sure that all youth enter the main auditorium doors. So in other words, the youth won't enter the building until 6:30, until we open the doors up or unlock the doors, and then also they will enter into the building or into the doors by the main auditorium. So I think that's just going to help us to be able to collect all the information that we need to get. We're just having a hard time getting you checked in. There's such a value to that. Why do we check people in? Because we're able to collect data. We're able to measure. It's a measurable tool for us to be able to use to measure our youth, to be able to keep track of them, to be able to connect with them, and that's why we do that. And obviously, if you have youth yourself, they can come in the building before anyone else does, obviously, or come in with you if you come to huddle. But just want to make sure and just reinforce. I know that sometimes I've seen other youth letting their peers in and opening doors for them. So I just want to make sure that we communicate even to our youth, hey, let's not do that. Let's make sure that everybody, all the other youth, are coming in at 6:30 and coming through the front auditorium doors. I think this will just help tremendously, and then being able to also manage who's in the building, especially with us being in huddle. So just want to reinforce that if we could just make sure we'll start that this coming Wednesday. I think it would be a great thing, and so the next thing is Matthew McCormick is going to be bringing the word this week. Come on, Matthew. Just super excited, super pumped about developing our youth and empowering them to be able to speak to their peers. This will be his first time speaking, and he came to me and said, hey, I feel like God has a word, and we talked about it and talked through it, and I believe it's going to be powerful. I believe it's going to be awesome, and I believe he's going to be able to impact his peers. So as we just continue to go forward, continue to develop youth and continue to empower them to be a voice for the kingdom, it's going to be great. The next thing is obviously camp's coming up. We're leaving this coming Monday morning, early Monday morning. So we're just looking forward to that. Be praying for us while we're at camp. In your time of prayer, just praying for our kids to encounter presence, encounter Jesus, and have an impact. I mean, last year, we're still seeing the ripples of what happened last year at camp, and it's just still incredible. The next thing is July the 28th is our leadership meeting at the church after the second service. Just want to make sure that everybody knows about that, and food will be provided, lunch will be provided. So just want to make sure that if you cannot make it to that leadership meeting, make sure you let me know. And in regards to that, I just want to help develop you. I've been really praying about you and praying you as an individual and what God wants to do in your life and develop you and with your gifts and your talents. So if there's something that you see that Rock Youth could use, as far as your gifts and your talents and the things that God has put within inside of you, or maybe you just say, hey, God, I feel like that, this brings some freshness to Rock Youth, or some feedback on how we can better Rock Youth, how we can get better. We want to have a culture that accepts feedback, and also just making decisions deep within our team. So anyways, bring any ideas that you have. We're going to be talking about that. We're going to be talking about Mount Carmel, the campus in Mount Carmel, and talking about youth there as well. So that's on July 28th, and then July 31st is going to be our 5th Wednesday, so we'll be planning some stuff for that. And I think that's it today. I hope you all have a great week. I'm praying for you. Chris and I love you, and we just thank you for everything that you are. You guys are incredible, and you guys are just such a family. You're not just friends. You guys are family, and we love you, and we hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.